This is KGW News at Sunrise.
George Floyd's murder sparked a nationwide movement for racial justice, and Portlanders honored him at a peaceful rally and march. But once again, the night turned violent as another riot was declared. Coming up this morning, what happened on the one-year anniversary of Floyd's death. As Oregon counts how many people have been vaccinated, all the numbers and data can leave you with a headache. But the numbers don't necessarily show the true total of Oregon's population. Why is that? How thousands are being left out of the official vaccine count.
Also, Memorial Day weekend is just a few days away, the unofficial start of summer, and we're looking at some terrific weather this weekend, right, Rod?
I think so.
Rod's here this morning. So before a lot of us head out to local rivers and lakes, we're going to have a look at what could be life-saving reminders from first responders later this half hour.
That is important stuff. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. It's going to be hot, hot, hot for the holiday, but we're starting to dry out today.
Real quick, did you guys see a glimpse of the eclipse driving in?
Yes, super cool.
A little bit. I think Brian Matthews, our great director, telling me that the moon just disappeared behind the clouds. I feel like this should be breaking news. We have lost the moon. And that was the story, wasn't it? You got to see a brief view between 2:30 and about 4:30 this morning, and then the moon would disappear behind the clouds. We do have a mostly cloudy but dry morning underway. Here's a view from the Wells Fargo building. The eclipse, of course, is over now. 49 is our current number. We should see increasing sun during the day. 60 at noon, eventually just mostly sunny, and 73 degrees.
All right, Rod, thank you. Turning to our top story at 5 a.m., 5 people were arrested last night after Portland police declared a riot downtown. Police telling us a group at the Justice Center lit a dumpster on fire and sprayed graffiti. Others were throwing fireworks, frozen water bottles, and eggs at officers. Police say at one point there was a crowd of 200. Windows were smashed at City Hall, the Pioneer Square Starbucks, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse while people were eating inside, and other businesses. That's when police declared the riot. We're told things did calm down around midnight. Well, that violence downtown comes after peaceful protests hours before. Yesterday marked 1 year since George Floyd was murdered while in police custody in Minneapolis.
People across the country paid tribute to the social justice movement that began after his death. Here in Portland, people gathered outside Revolution Hall on the city's east side before they headed out for a march. We heard from some of those people yesterday who talked about the changes we have seen over the past year and the changes they still want to see.
There obviously was the conviction of the officer, who murdered George Floyd. But for the most part, Black people are still searching for liberation, and we're still fighting for, lives to matter and awareness and whatnot.
Hopefully there's a lot of people boycotting the system, but we really need it in writing. We really need it in legislation, and that's what needs to happen.
Let's talk about legislation. A group of local lawmakers in Salem honored George Floyd by highlighting House Bill 2002. The bill aims to reduce racial disparities in several ways. One of those ways is limiting the authority officers have during traffic stops and arrests. Another is helping people who are leaving prison. The bill also calls for investing in communities that supporters believe have been most harmed and least helped by criminal justice systems.
Portland took center stage as our country hit a breaking point. People protested for Black lives night after night for months. So what progress has the city made since that tragic day a year ago? Here's Morgan Romero.
Good morning. Following the death of George Floyd a year ago, people protested police brutality and systemic racism. They pushed for police accountability and transparency. Here's some of what's changed since then. City Council stripped the Police Bureau of $15 million and redirected that money to programs mostly focused on BIPOC communities. This budget, PPB is getting cut the most of any city bureau. The budget does have new money to triple the size of the Unarmed Community Service Officer program, and it funds the Portland Street Response Pilot Program for next year. It also includes funding and support for the Police Accountability Measure passed by voters back in November.
I want to acknowledge and be really grateful that we saw such an upswell of momentum, and we saw a lot of transformational policies and action take place. Portland passing a historic police accountability measure that is truly independent of City Council and the Portland Police Bureau. We are not done. We can't sit there and pretend like these changes have erased the suffering that has happened already or has completely prevented other injustices.
The Portland Police Union supports some changes in the city and state, but President Daryl Turner says taking money from police doesn't lead to police reform.
You can't defund an organization and expect them to be able to make changes with less money, with fewer officers, and without the ability to serve the public in the way the public wants to be served.
Reforms aren't only reflected in the budget. Portland also changed its approach to policing, allocating $4 million for community groups and another $1 million for unarmed park rangers. Resources were also shifted to enhance investigations. The changes come as part of an effort to reduce record-high gun violence. We've got much more on this story on our website, kgw.com. Reporting in Southeast Portland, Morgan Romero, KGW News.
We're going to turn to news about the COVID vaccine now, starting with the latest totals in Oregon and Washington. First of all, in Washington, roughly 4.2 million people have gotten at least their first dose, which is close to 68% of the state's population 18 and older. In Oregon, we're closing in on 2.3 million people who have gotten at least that first dose, which is just over 64% of Oregon's population 18 and older. So in other words, Oregon is moving closer to that 70% threshold that the governor said is needed to fully reopen. There is an asterisk, though, when it comes to that 70% number, because any shots given out of federal supplies are not included in the state's overall count.
A viewer wrote into the story with Dan Haggerty to get some clarification. Valerie says, I'm guessing the counts of adults needed to reach Oregon's 70% threshold doesn't include those vaccinated from the federal supplies. Can you verify if that's true? And if so, is there any way to estimate how many folks are uncounted and what percent of adults that is? Well, we checked with the Oregon Health Authority and officials said no, they do not include federal doses like those going to the VA or to tribes in their vaccine dashboard. So how many people are being left out? The Portland VA says it's vaccinated about 28,000 Oregonians. The Federal Indian Health Service says more than 70,000 shots have been given out in the Portland area. And assuming most people got 2 doses, that's about 35,000 people. If we do the math, OHA's vaccine data is leaving out 63,000 people. And really, that could be a big difference in reaching that 70% threshold.
So on top of all that, more numbers for you. We also learned that the Oregon Health Authority isn't actually using their own data to determine that percentage. They're using data from the CDC, and the CDC data does not include federal doses, but it does include, let me put that, I actually got it backwards. See, now I'm getting confused as we tell the story. The CDC data does include doses from the federal government, but it does not include any vaccines that have been given to 16 or 17-year-olds. So Governor Kate Brown said before that Oregon needs to get to that 70% population. She included 16 and older. But since the CDC numbers only track people 18 and older, 16 and 17-year-olds aren't even being counted. So basically, when it all comes down to the bottom line here, neither the OHA's nor the CDC's data really counts everyone.
All right, let's get to 3 more things to know about COVID. A few more numbers for you. Half of American adults are now fully vaccinated. That is a milestone. This map shows vaccination rates by state. About 40% of both Oregon and Washington residents are fully vaccinated. President Biden has set a goal of 70% of adults having 1 shot by the 4th of July. Right now, about 61% of Americans have 1 dose. Number 2, the first set of winners will be announced tonight in Ohio's Vax-A-Million lottery. 1 adult going to win $1 million. 1 teen will win a full ride scholarship to a state university. Ohio health officials say since the lottery announcement, there's been a huge increase in the number of people wanting to get their shots. And number 3, the CDC has given Royal Caribbean the green light to do a test sail in U.S. waters. It's the first cruise liner to get the permission. The 2-night sail is next month with volunteer passengers who will test new COVID protocols. All cruises have been docked by the CDC since last April. And those are your 3 things to know.
Memorial Day is just a few days away now, so local forest officials are asking all of us to be careful. Many areas, for one, are still recovering from last year's wildfires, so they say you should definitely check before you leave, since a lot of recreation spots are still closed, especially in the Santiam Canyon area. There also aren't as many gas stations and stores open right now because of last year's fire damage. So the bottom line again is to be prepared and to make sure that you actually have with you everything you're going to need.
Well, speaking of Memorial Day weekend, first responders want you to be prepared for conditions out on the water. The #1 tip, bring a life jacket. Many parks also have stations where you can borrow one for free. Never take your eyes off the water when you have kids with you, especially spots like Hag Lake, where boats and swimmers share the water. And know what the depth of the water is, because it can change really quickly.
In our lake, we have different water depths, different shoreline that can change. If people are going to be jumping into the water, please don't dive head first unless you absolutely know the depth and the conditions. That can be dangerous, can result in head injuries, spinal injuries.
The one constant, the cold water. It'll still be a couple more months before water temperature rises enough to feel comfortable. All important information. Rod, do you want to give us a little peek at Memorial Day weekend?
Well, it still looks like we're going to be up into the 80s. We'll be close to 80 Saturday, certainly into the 80s on Sunday and Monday. And as you mentioned, Brenda, it's typically July, right, before the water temperatures become comfortable and not, quite frankly, dangerously cold in our area rivers specifically. All right, the big story overnight while you were sleeping perhaps was the total lunar eclipse. And we had to go to Wichita, Kansas to find some clear skies and a great view of that reddish color that you think of when you get an eclipse. And this was the moon basically emerging into the Earth's shadow, and then at 4:25 this morning our time, totally pulling out of the Earth's shadow. This was the super flower moon this time. And remember, we say super moon when it's basically one of the closer passages to Earth of the moon throughout the year. And we had two this year, one last month. This was the final one for the entire year in terms of being close enough to call it super. All right, let's get you going. We have mostly cloudy skies over the city. We're at 49 degrees. It's going to be a nice day. All of the rain and stormy weather. We had a ton of lightning out across eastern Oregon yesterday. All of that is cleared out. Everybody has a dry forecast with basically developing sunshine to at least some degree. Here are the early morning numbers. 37 in Bend, 34 in Burns. So we got a couple cool spots around our state. A reminder that we have a weather system coming in tomorrow. This is 5 a.m. Thursday on Futurecast. That steady rain band through mid-morning, and then that clears out of the area. Today's high with increasing sunshine, 73. Tomorrow the rain, 62. There's the weekend, 77, 84, 87. 88 on Back to Work Tuesday. I'm done for now.
I am excited about that. All right, Rod, thank you. Remote learning is still going on a few days a week for most students. So coming up, our first of two stories focusing on teachers. You're going to meet a local kindergarten teacher pulling out all the tricks, look at him dressed up, to keep every student engaged. And even though vaccines are effective, some people will still get the virus. So how common are these breakthrough cases? Our Verified team brings us the answer in 2 minutes.